My name is Alvaro Arenas. I'm originally from Colombia and as a professor of information system in IE Business School in Spain. My main interest is in general is how people use technology. Actually, people in general, it could be adults, it could be organizations at the business level, but it could be also children as well. Youngsters, how they use technology. So that interested the people how they use technology was what attracted me to DIGYMATEX. And it's my main research here to uncover things, different patterns in the way of using it, what is surprises, what kind of risk, what kind of benefits we got when people use digital technologies. So in DIGYMATEX, we are involved, first we were involved in Work Package 1, which is defining the kind of questionnaires and the index to measure the digital maturity. So we work in the initial phase, having focus groups, interviewing different kids and learning a little bit about how they use technology. And then we were interviewing parents and children. And then from that, we try to derive what are the main factors that may indicate to us how mature are they, or how well they are using technology, what is the benefit, the positive and the negative part in the use of the technology. We will be also involved in applying artificial intelligence technique, machine learning, in try to create a kind of classifier and then try to predict what will be the maturity of a children, based on the way that he or she used technology. In DIGYMATEX, we are using something that we call the data pool, which is, we can see it like the container, which is collecting all the different kind of data that we are collecting in the project. For instance, I was mentioning that in the project we are doing interviews, focus groups with children. That is kind of data, but also we are running surveys, asking children how they use technologies. Actually, we are running surveys with parents as well, how they use it, mediate the use of technology with their children. Actually, we got neuroscientists which are doing analysis data from the brain in the way that the children use technology. So all that data need to be collected in one single repository, and that's what we call the data pool. And we will be using that data to see what can we learn from that data as well. So somehow the results we can say that are data driven. It's what the data is teaching us in the way that people use technology, children use technology. So the whole idea of machine learning is that the computer somehow tried to learn based on the past, actually. So the computer is, in the way that we are using it, there are several ways. In the case of the IE team, IE Business School team is working in two kinds of uses of machine learning. One is to create clusters, to create group of children according to the digital maturity, actually. So we are analyzing all the data which is in the data pool. And based on that, we create clusters according to the maturity of that children. Could be have higher maturity, could be lower maturity or middle maturity, based on the way that they use technology as well. So that's one example. And machine learning also helps us in predict or classify a person. So a children can come, answer a few questions, about the way that they use technology, and then we can classify that children in one of the groups and one of the clusters that we have created.
And the purpose of the clusters and the segments, what is that?
Actually, it's very interesting to know in which cluster are you, because depending on the cluster, we can define some kind of policies, guidelines, help you, and give you advice in the best way that you can use technology. So in that sense, it's very good to know how are you using technology in relation to your peers, to other children, and then what are the positive and negative experiences that they have got, and then we can help you in giving advice. So we are creating clusters, and it's important to predict and to learn one children in the way that they use technology, which cluster he or she belongs. That's very good because first we can give advice to the children. What are the positive and the negative aspects in the use of that technology according to the experience that we have learned from people in that cluster, from other children in the cluster. But also will help us in giving, for instance, recommendations to parents, recommendations to teachers, how they can advise or how they can mediate or participate in the way that their children are using technology.